why I've started to believe the final season will have an alternative ending, but not the one people expect, and why everything depends on Mikasa. In the past, I always felt like an anime-only ending was a stretch, and I still think most theories about it, like ANR, don't work with AOT's story, but not long ago, for the first time, I took a look into why so many think a different ending will happen, not theories, but why people think something will be different in the first place. To clarify, I enjoyed the manga ending, thank God, and what came together for me here does not override it or retcon it. The one thing that made me start to change my mind was this clip from an official live stream. AOT brings up the topic of an anime original ending. Interesting. Say, I think everyone in the hall is already talking about it. Are there like double subtitles here?
そうだね。このファイナフが本当に原作通り終わるのかどうか、そこをちょっと皆さんで話し合ってみたらどうですかね。はい。てかさっき皆さんちょっと気になること言ってなかった。必ずしもスルーしたんですけど、原作とあの人でもなんとなく言ってる可能性はありますね。気にしないようにしましょう。そうですね。今のところそんなことはない。そうなんだよね。はい。あんまり考えすぎないようにお願いします。変な伏線とかと思わないでください。世界中がざわつく恐れがあるので、皆さんもそんなことになるとはとか言い出す。
Okay, so it seems like they're all there's two options. Either one, something is changing and they're like trying to hide it and they're like making fun of it, kind of, where it's like, oh, don't think about it, nothing's gonna happen, but actually something is happening, or nothing is happening and they're just trying to make light of a situation and they're like joking about it. All right, let's see what this person said. Where was it? Where the sound director, speaking for the director, says, will the final season really end the same way as the original work? How's about everyone in the hall discuss that? Later on, Jean's voice actor says, by the way, Mima, sound director, said something interesting, didn't he, in regard to that comment? And the others all respond the exact way I've heard anyone speak or have spoken myself at times, where something big is coming, but no one can talk about it, with excitement leaking through. Yeah, okay, that's what I assume. I guess that's one reading. The other reading is that nothing is happening, and instead of awkwardly saying, oh no, nothing's happening, don't worry, they're just making light of a situation, I guess, to keep the mystery open, you know. I think that's probably more likely. If you don't think an alternative end is coming, that's fine. I only hope this gets you to understand why many people think one could happen just based on one clip. This clip is what got me interested, and as I looked deeper, everything began to click. Okay, so they're basing this whole thing on something very weak, but I guess we'll see. What I've come to believe. Jesus. If an anime original ending does happen, it will involve both the manga and anime as linked parts of an overarching story where many possibilities exist, with the anime serving as the final conclusion, and with the series in its entirety being centered on Mikasa learning to live without Eren after his inevitable death, as well as a connection with Falco. Oh yeah, that's interesting, because Mikasa's obviously, I think she's the most important character at the end of this story. So it would be interesting to dive more into that, I guess, in the anime, as well as this Falco thing. It does, because yeah, in the beginning of season 4, we get that mention of Falco being like, zoom, zoom, I was flying like in the sky, killing titans, blah, 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 and that never gets addressed. And as far as I remember, that's anime original, so it is interesting why they included it. There will be no ANR, 100% rumbling. Wait, so these are all the... So 100% rumbling, okay, sure. Or secret baby with Historia, yeah, sure. Instead, the manga and anime come together to tell a story larger than you'd have ever imagined, something that AOT fans should already be very familiar with. Eren Kruger, is this just the scene? Okay, I don't know why that's interesting. I have no idea what they're referring to here. At the core of this series, the founder Ymir doesn't simply love Fritz. Ooh, I hope this person gets this right. Okay, at the core of this series, the founder Ymir doesn't simply love Fritz. She literally cannot conceive of living without someone else to hold on to and exist for the sake of. And she hopes to one day find the strength to overcome her dependence by helping Mikasa to do the same thing. So this is like a... I mean, everything's open to interpretation, of course. Attack on Titan, a million different interpretations, so this is valid. But in my opinion, it's clear as day that Ymir does love Fritz, but not in the sense that we would think of love as. What she does want is to be loved by Fritz. I guess that's the more accurate way of saying it. where she just wants to be happy, basically. She's a slave, or she's known as terrible destruction, but the one scene she's seen in her life where the people around her were all happy was when the king was kissing that one person. There were flowers everywhere, blah, blah, blah. Therefore, she thinks that that's the only way I can be happy, so she wants to be loved by Fritz, or to love Fritz, in another way of putting it. So I don't know where this person's getting this. She literally cannot conceive of living without someone. I don't know where they're getting that from, but I guess we'll see. And she hopes that one day to find the strength to overcome her dependence, helping Mikasa to do the same thing. I guess this, yeah, helping Mikasa to do the same thing. I guess that's pretty accurate. Where, well, I guess I mean, it's interesting. I don't think that Yumiya is doing what she does to help Mikasa. I think Mikasa is the one helping Yumiya in this situation, where through her actions, Yumiya can see that she can be independent. So it's like an inverse relationship with what this person is saying. But anyway, of her own free will, Yumiya uses her power to repeat. What the hell? Wait a minute. Of her own free will, Yumiya uses her power to repeat and branch the very story of Attack on Titan itself for Mikasa's sake. Okay, so we'll get to this. Retelling the world over and over. What? Retelling the world over and over again in accordance with her desire as many times as it takes for her to learn to live without Eren after his death. Choosing what's highlighted here? Oh, her choice or whatever, right? Wait. Result of Mikasa's choice. Her choice, in my opinion, was to choose to kill Eren. Choosing to metaphorically and literally get rid of the scarf, live on for her sake, and truly be free. Okay, so in my interpretation, she keeps the scarf. She actually wraps it around her, because Eren is telling her to get rid of it, and she doesn't want to forget about him, basically. Interesting. I guess that is an interesting point. Choosing to metaphorically and literally get rid of the scarf, live on for her own sake, and truly be free. I don't think her getting rid of the scarf would be free. Her problem isn't that she's subservient to Eren or anything. Her problem is that for her to continue living on, she needs Eren. She needs a new family after the one that was taken from her. So the scarf can give her comfort, and the fact that she hasn't doesn't mean that she can't keep moving on. It's like the complete opposite. Her having the scarf, what we get revealed at the end of the story, is why she's able to move on, because it reminds her of what Eren was able to do for her. So she doesn't live on for the sake of Eren. She lives on because of what Eren did for her, and how, because he tugged on her scarf, now she can tug on that scarf, or she doesn't have to, you get what I mean. She doesn't have to, she can keep living on by herself. I don't know, it's just, I think this is kind of missing the point here about her keeping the scarf isn't her clinging to Eren, it's her clinging to the thing that allowed her to keep living on. Anyway, though Mikasa kills Eren at the end of the manga, she never frees herself from her dependence. As she breaks down by his grave under the tree, her scarf begins to unravel. Oh, they're going to talk about it right here. Scarf begins to unravel. But as she says, "I want to see you again," a bird descends and wraps the scarf around her once more. So she wears the scarf for the rest of her life, and even is buried in it. She never lets go of Eren and is never truly free. Okay, so I completely disagree with all of this. I hope I made that clear. So, just to say it again, I guess, you got Mikasa in chapter 6, right? Her family dies, and then Eren comes, wraps the scarf around her, tugs on the scarf, takes her to live with Eren. And now Mikasa can live on because even though she was cold and alone and empty and blah, 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 when her family died, she now has a new warmth of this scarf and a new family with Eren and Grisha and Carla and all that. And she's able to move on. And then at the end, she has a choice of whether to cling to Eren, the person who has who gave her family, basically her whole reason for living, the whole reason that she was able to continue on from chapter 6 onwards was because of Eren. And she has the choice to either cling to him, let him live, let him do his rumbling, and then eventually be with him at the end, or to kill him, and firstly do what's right for the world and all that, but more importantly, to show herself that she can live without him, and killing him despite him being the whole reason that she can live at the moment, is like the ultimate act of her being free. So her clinging to the scarf at the end after he is dead isn't saying that she isn't free of him. It's saying that she's thankful for what he did for her, basically. So I don't know. I think this is completely missing the point here, what they've written here. While Ymir was initially satisfied when Mikasa ended Eren's... Wait, satisfied is this when she disappears? Oh, when she's... Ymir's sus face right here. Love it. While Ymir was initially satisfied when Mikasa... Yeah, how are they going to explain this, actually? Yeah, when Ymir was initially satisfied when Mikasa ended Eren's life, she appears with a sad expression. It's a longful expression for... It's like a... Yeah, we'll see what they say. She appears with a sad expression as a memory of her adult self. A memory of her adult self? As a memory of her adult self when Mikasa leaves with Eren's head, seeing a life that she cannot yet live, as Mikasa is not yet free. So this is the alternate history panel. What is this characterization? Well, Ymir was initially satisfied when Mikasa ended Eren's life. Okay, I can agree with that. She's satisfied because she finally saw that someone was able to move on from the love that Ymir had desperately been trying to cling on to. She appears with a sad expression as a memory of her adult self when Mikasa leaves with Eren's head, seeing a life that she cannot live as Mikasa is not yet free. This is... I don't know where they get this from. In my opinion, this alternate history panel is just Ymir being sad that she couldn't make this choice earlier, and how... like, how do I explain it? Let me think. It's interesting. I probably should get up the chapter, but I don't really want to. So we get... I guess the context here is important. The way that this page is placed, you get... should I just bring it up? Wait. Oh, no, I don't want to bring it up. So, okay. We get this panel, and then we get a panel of Eren holding... Sorry, we got a panel of Mikasa holding Eren's head, and then we turn the page and we see Historia holding the child. And I think what we're meant to be getting here is that these are the two... Like, there's the past, which is someone who wasn't able to move on, but wishes they could have. And then we get Eren... Oh, no, sorry. Then we get Mikasa, who was able to move on, but at the cost of someone they loved. And then we get the next one, which is Historia, who, thanks to the sacrifices of these past two people, she was able to live the life that they couldn't. And that's like the parallel that's going on here. I don't think there's anything about like Ymir regretting that Mikasa wasn't able to move on or something. I don't think there's anything. I think it's just a personal reflection of Ymir herself making it, rather than her thinking about Mikasa in that moment. So I think this is completely missing the point. Let's see. While Ymir is satisfied, cannot live. Mikasa is free. The cycle continues, symbolizing the manga's... Whoa, the cycle continues, symbolized by the manga's distant future. And there's... Yeah, sure, the tree, right? Yeah. And the series cannot yet end. So I think this completely misses the point. I hope they don't rely on this for their evidence. Attack on Titan is a story that repeats. Sure. But more accurately, the series is a metaphorical tree. What is that? What are they going to... Oh, alright. Shaped by Ymir... it's cute. I like this, right? Whatever. Shaped by Ymir using her power to let... Oh, wait a minute. The series is a metaphorical tree shaped by Ymir, using her power to let Mikasa do everything all over again whenever she can't accept the reality she is in, branching off from any point in time she wishes. Jesus Christ. What's this, some OVA I haven't seen, probably? I don't think it's canon. Attack on Titan is a story that repeats, but more accurately, the series is a metaphorical tree shaped by Ymir using her power to let Mikasa... Shaped by Ymir using her power to let Mikasa do everything all over again whenever she can't accept the reality she is in, branching off from any point in time she wishes. I mean, that's a theory, but why would you think this? Cool, all right. As with every other long dream in the series, Mikasa's vision of her life at the cabin with Eren wasn't a dream, but a memory of a life that she had lived in her previous branch of the world. I mean, okay, this is like... I can think of a million... Like, you can name any theory. You could think that her vision at the end is because of her innate love of her cousin Levi, and how every time that... Like, essentially what I mean is, like, what's going on here? Why would you theorize this? but it's fun. I like it. But I mean, there's no evidence for this whatsoever. It wasn't due to Eren's influence that Mikasa saw these memories, as the Founding Titan cannot influence the minds of the Ackermans. The Founding Titan can do anything, I'm pretty sure, right? Trying to think. Like, what are some things? The Founding Titan can travel in time and see the past. Like, that has nothing to do with the memories of the subjects of Ymir or anything like that, right? But, well, let me think. As the Founding Titan cannot influence the minds of the Ackermans. I think this. I mean, maybe I'm forgetting some rule, some obscure rule I'm forgetting, but I'm pretty sure the Founding Titan can like do anything. Like even the founding what's her name? Mikasa was summoned to, like, she witnessed Eren's speech in paths and stuff. So at least the Founding Titan can bring Ackermans into paths, right? So like I'm pretty sure that the Founding Titan could influence her memories if it wanted to. Or at least bring her to an alternate, like, because, okay, you know what it is? It's obvious. So, okay, the evidence I have here is that Mikasa has been in paths twice. We get her once when Eren is giving the speech about how he's going to do the rumbling to save his people on Paradis or whatever. And then she gets sent again when Eren is standing next to Ymir as a kid, and he's talking about how, oh, you are free, I am free, we will collide, blah, blah, blah. So she's been in paths twice. And then we also get that at the end in chapter 139, Armin is in paths because in... This is going to sound so convoluted. In chapter 131, Eren brings him into paths after the famous Freedom panel, where he's a kid, and then we see Eren as a kid in 139, therefore 139 takes place after 131, with Armin in paths, so that means that the vision we're seeing with Eren in 139 is actually not exploring a memory or something, it's actually them visiting paths, which we know is possible, because we saw Mikasa in... paths, those two other examples I gave. Therefore, the memory, the thing that this person thinks is Eren altering the memory by showing the cabin or whatever, is actually Eren and Mikasa just in paths, like she has been before. So it is possible, and there's no issue with the Ackerman law here, I don't think. So there we go. It wasn't due to Eren's influence that Mikasa saw these memories, as the Founding Titan cannot influence the minds of Ackermans, but through her own desire to escape Eren's death and see him once again, fulfilled through Ymir. Maybe, I don't know. I think I tore that down already with this whole can't influence the Ackerman thing. Mikasa's headaches throughout this... Oh no. Mikasa's headaches throughout the series aren't caused by Eren somehow moving between worlds, as some used to theorize. That's going to be interesting. Well, I'll read that after. But by Mikasa herself doing so through Ymir. So they miss the entire point of the headaches. And if you don't... I mean, in my opinion, obviously, of course, it's all it's all interpretations. Mikasa's headaches are caused by her recalling her trauma from when the kidnappers killed her parents. Every time we see it, you can track it throughout the series. It always happens when Mikasa thinks she's going to lose a friend or a family. She thinks she's going to be stuck back when she was just pounding her headache on the cabin floor when the kidnapper killed her parents and hit her in the head. So that's what her headaches are. It's nothing to do with Ymir. It's nothing to do with this moving between worlds stuff. I mean, it might, of course, it's a theory, but there's no evidence for it. But anyway, that's that. What is this theory? It makes us headaches. I have to read this later. It's interesting. Is this even worth continuing? I feel like there's enough errors here where I'm like, this is like, I don't believe in any of this at this point. I guess I can read. How much more is there? Oh boy. All right, wait. Let's read these dot points. In the anime, Eren has already seen the end of the story through his own eyes. What could they show here? Is this example? Eren has already seen the ending of the story through his own eyes in the anime. I guess when they show the flashes in episode 1. Oh, no. What parallel are they making here? Falco. I don't see any colossals down here to make the parallel with this. The Falco's facing the opposite direction. I'm sure there's something they're trying to show me here, but I can't see it. Like, this shape doesn't really even look like that. I mean, I guess I could see the kind of... You could kind of have that kind of shape, but it's also weird. I don't know. Oh, I don't buy this. I mean, it could be. It's not impossible. Let's just say that's true for the sake of this thing. So Eren has already seen the end of the story through his own eyes. I mean, we also know that this is true, like based on at least what happens in the manga, where Eren has seen the past, present, and future in memories from a past self. Not great. Okay, I don't know about that. Though Eren has no control over the story restarting and branching, he carries memories between branches due to his connection to the coordinates. Many examples support this, and the most important ones are seen when Eren reaches the coordinate. So, what are these? These are evidence of what? Though Eren has no control over the story restarting and branching. So the following two things that we're going to look at are evidence that Eren carries memories between branches due to his connection to the coordinate. Okay, let's see if these prove that claim. In the manga, as Eren enters the paths, he sees a memory from chapter 1. Yes, it's the central memory shard, and yeah, true. Chapter 1. What was I reading? In the manga, Eren enters paths to chapter memory 1. Why are you crying? In the anime, Eren sees the same memory. He does. It's a different color scheme, right? Yeah, it is slightly. Eren sees the same memory, not its equivalent in episode 1, but Eren's original memory of the manga, chapter 1. Yeah, because this wasn't included. Oh no, it was included. I didn't actually know that. Yeah, there's a bunch. In episode 1 of the anime, the Eren waking up from his dream is handled much differently from the manga. So it is going to be interesting how they tie that inconsistency together. But I don't think it's an inconsistency due to some theory. I think it's just the production inconsistency where Isayama hadn't realized what would be important in that scene. So when they adapted in the anime, he told them to emphasize certain aspects that ended up being less important than what ended up being truly important. But anyway, not its equivalent to episode 1, but the original memory of the manga chapter 1, a dark scarf to me. It's also a different studio animating this. A dark scarfed Mikasa turning to her right as the wind blows. Okay, so this is evidence that Eren carries memories between branches due to his connection to the coordinate. Fair enough. I can at least see where they're getting that from, because they're saying there's an inconsistency between the manga and the anime, and instead of attributing it to a production issue, they're attributing it to Eren having memories of different timelines, which I respect. I like this. I like it when there's like, you can really theorize about some subtle difference that maybe in reality was due to some production inconsistencies, but it's always really fun, and I actually really like it to speculate on that kind of stuff. So cool. I like this. Good theory. Later, when Eren speaks to Zeke before he runs to Ymir, begins the rumbling, he says, what is this? Orewa? I don't know. That's all I can read. Oh god, it's in Japanese. I saw future me's memories through dad. Oh, Orewa. I got it right. Orewa. I have no idea. Oyaji no kyoku kara mirai, whatever. Okay. But in the anime, this line, did they translate it? Oh, this there is literally a translation. I, through my father's memories, a future self, saw blah blah blah. Why are they translating this, I wonder? But in the anime, the line is deliberately changed when Eren instead saying, "Orewa." I don't know. I wonder what the difference is actually. Let's look at this. It looks the same. Mirai no jibun to ibun no mirai. I wonder what the difference is. Jibun versus ibun. I got no idea. I saw. Is there other changes? Not kyoku versus omita. No, omitazo. So, mirai no jibun no kyoku versus ibun no mirai. And they're saying, I saw my own future through dad's memories versus I saw future me's memory. It's the same thing. After this, in the manga, Eren looks up with a wistful expression as he envisions that scenery, of course, the famous... oh, I thought this was going to show the freedom panel. Wait, let me close out all of this. Eren looks up with a wistful expression as he envisions that scenery, but in the manga he instead looks down with a solid... Wait, isn't that the... Oh, in the anime, sorry. He instead looks down with solemn understanding. Interesting, I don't remember that. That's a cool point. Influenced by his own memories, Eren will keep moving forward, even knowing that it will cost him his life, as everything has happened to arrive at Mikasa's choice. We know with certainty that Eren's goal is to destroy all who would steal the freedom of himself and those he cherishes, and to ensure long, happy lives for his friends. No matter what he may choose to do differently in the finale, having seen the future in the memories of a past self, his actions will be in service of that goal. I'm free. Oh, again, that's it. So I got absolutely no idea what the point of this paragraph was. So they're claiming there's a slight difference in the way he looks and a slight change in what he says, and I'm not sure what they're implying, how that changes anything, but I don't know. As many times as it takes from the moment Eren is born into this world, he will always be himself, but one other character has also received memories from beyond and may still have an important role to play. So, from the moment he was born, yes, born into this world, yes. Hey, look, they're picking up the correct things here. Be himself. Hey, they even got the panel. Good job. From season 4. Okay. At least this person has a lot of research and they understand what... I wouldn't say they understand the story, I guess. I mean, they pick up on a lot of details. They're obviously very familiar with Attack on Titan, which is great to see. Do I really want to read all this? What are these? So, how is this even structured? The scarf, the butterfly, the birds, alternative. Say Muv-Love. Hey, someone commented this on my video. It's interesting. What could happen in an alternative AOT anime ending? Okay, you know what? Quickly go over some of this because it's interesting. I love seeing these theories. I love debunking them. All right. The scarves many times. Wait, what were we up to? Falco. What time is it? Okay. Falco, since his first appearance, has had signs of being something more within the story of Attack on Titan. In every chapter since his introduction, which begins with the paneling Izayama used to denote memories being recalled. Be interesting to see evidence of this. I'll take that as truth. I don't remember. A falcon has been used to represent memories moving between branches of the story. In the anime, at Izayama's request, Falco was it? I wonder if it was at Izayama's request. I'll believe what this person's saying, but I don't know, I don't remember. Falco recalled impossible memories from a person other than himself following 2 separate repetitions of the falcon passing over. Receiving memories long before obtaining a Titan, something that has only otherwise happened to Eren, or alternatively, and probably more simply, they've heard about what's happening on Parody from Zeke, and he's just imagining it because he's like, he's like nervous about one day I might have to go there, and he's just nervous about it. But yeah, I mean, it's fair. I honestly think this is probably more likely what's written here, but I guess we'll see. The only way that such a thing could happen, from all we know, would be for Falco to access the coordinate by obtaining the Founding Titan at some point in reality. Not really. The Founding Titan can do anything. So the Founding Titan could send these memories to Falco to guide him to where he needs to be at the end somehow. And he bears mentioning that while Falco is normal Eldian, his Titan possesses the spinal fluid of an Eldian of royal blood. What am I forgetting here? So Falco... Oh, because it has the what am I forgetting here? Jesus, what was this Titan? The Jaw Titan. The power is that it can like eat whatever it consumes. It can like take their power. Whatever. Okay, I see what they're saying. Okay, considering this alongside Falco's memories, unexplainable panels in the last chapters, and Eren's memory of him from the Considering this alongside Falco's memories. Unexplainable panels in the last few chapters. What are they referring to here? What is unexplainable? And Eren's memories of him from the perspective of the Falcon. Eren's memory of him... Oh, they had that here, right? Mikasa... would be this one, right? Where is it? Where are you, Falco? I don't see it, but I'm pretty sure maybe it's like under here. They're saying there's a bird's eye perspective of a falcon. All right, back to Falco. Considering this alongside blah 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 blah, and Aaron's memories from perspective of the Falcon among the other, yet to happen in the manga, Falco may have an important role to play regarding the source of the Titans, which disappears off screen in the manga. Sure, I'd be interested in that. I hope we get to see it, but I don't think we will. But I'd be glad to see more of the Hallucigenia, Shining Centipede, Haluchan, whatever. If the power of the founding titan were to fall into the hands of Falco, a Malian warrior candidate, might the future scene in the manga extra pages turn out differently? I mean, yeah, of course, but I guess we'll see. Too long didn't read. The founder titan, the founder Ymir, constantly repeating the Bray Baba, says everything we just read. Additionally, Falco, yep, okay. As for how I got into these conclusions, okay, so we want evidence. As for how I got to these conclusions, a few main areas stood out when I went back through the series. The scarf, as many times as it takes. Mikasa's scarf represents her absolute attachment to Eren. That is absolutely not true. I mean, it is. I guess. Okay, let's see. Maybe they'll salvage it. Mikasa's scarf represents her absolute attachment to Eren, the very reason for her repetition of the world of Attack on Titan. Until Mikasa no longer needs Eren to wrap the scarf around her, until she can bear to get rid of it and live for her own sake once Eren has died, the series cannot end. I think I've talked about enough why I don't believe this. I'm just going to keep going. In the manga, she was never able to truly move on. Yeah, I would debunk that as well. Wearing the scarf for the rest of her life and being buried in it. But in the anime, she might finally learn to live for herself, giving Ymir the strength to do the same. The scarf's color is also explicitly shown to be dark maroon, is that how you say it? To black in the world of the manga, and instead a much brighter red in the final reality in the anime. Okay, it's just adaptation choices. And then just the quotes. Okay, so I completely disagree with this, but I've talked about why enough. I'm not going to look at the evidence. The butterfly lost in the cruel world. Over and over again, Mikasa has repeated and branched the story of Attack on Titan without understanding why she's doing such a thing, enabling Ymir to help her friend. Enabled by Ymir helping her find a way to live freely for herself in hopes of finding freedom. The yellow butterfly is used to represent Mikasa escaping and redoing... Where the hell is this yellow butterfly? Oh, Lost Girls. Whatever. In the anime, she will find co-reality, blah, blah, I don't know. OVA, non-canon, probably not overlooked by Izuyama or anything, I don't know. The birds, wings of freedom. Since the very beginning, Attack on Titan has used birds to symbolize memories passing across time and space, and falcons have been used since Falco's first appearance. Oh, these are just evidence. Oh, how did I not pick up? It's just evidence for all we're talking about. First appearance, chapter 91, Eren's memories of past and future, as well as the awareness of the actions of the world, almost universally involve birds, and Falco himself as a connection that would only... Yeah, his name is Falco, isn't that crazy? Would only be possible through the contact with the coordinate, or the founding titan is contacting him, suggesting that he may play an important role in the possible alternative ending linked to the power of the founding titan. Yeah, I don't know what the evidence here is, so I'd be interested. 2 ducks are seen, as Eren says, everything is still ahead. I think these are the... I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I feel like these are the 2 birds we see in the first thing when the Colossal Titan, like Bertolt Colossal Titan first appears, right? Maybe not. The first shot in the entire anime, because also these are all taken from Eren's perspective, or like Attack Titan perspective, so maybe it was Eren seeing them on that day. Episode 1, the first shot in the entire anime is these 2 ducks. Oh, that's what I was just talking about. Yeah, these 2, that's what I was thinking about. Followed by a reflection in Eren's, hey, look at me, piecing it together before he gives the evidence here. Episode 1, 2 crows fly away as Eren wakes up from disturbing memories beneath the tree. So what are they referring to here? Anime OP2, OPs don't count as evidence. Chapter 91, Falco reaches up at a falcon after a transition used for memories in the series. Sure. Wait, what did they just say? Falco reaches up at a falcon after a transition used for... Oh, it says evidence that it's a memory. Okay. Well, they also used it. Oh wait, whatever. This type of paneling is also used in the post type, like the epilogue of the story. So I don't think it's like unique to memories. What was this that they just showed? Let me look again. It's interesting, I'd say, yeah. Chapter 130, Eren sees Falco from the perspective of his falcon as he says everything is still ahead. Sure. In the manga and preview, the falcon flies toward the camera. In the anime, it flies away. I don't think that matters. Season 4 begins with 2 repeating shots of the falcon. Oh, so this is just a bunch of falcon there. And anime falcon things. Anime edition shows baby Eren reaching for the falcon overhead. Ooh, that could be interesting. Wait. Did I click the wrong thing? Wait. An anime edition shows baby Eren reaching. Wait, how is it reaching for a falcon? I thought that's just Eren looking at his own own hand for the first time as a baby. But maybe, okay. In addition, requested by Izuyama, has Falco recall impossible memories of fighting? So is it evidence or is it just the scene? Where's the evidence? I want to see it. Season 4, Part 1, ending focuses on I mean, also, I'm not doubting there's evidence. There probably is, I'm sure. Alright, whatever. There's a bunch of Falco birds. I don't think there's anything significant. But this is probably the most compelling part. Like, I could see, it is interesting that that was included in the anime, and I wonder if they will address something, but they probably won't. Oh my goodness. Oh, Muv-Love stuff. I don't want to go into this. Okay, so what could happen? Could all be wrong. It is. And things could just be as they did in the manga. It will be. I find it just as possible and would still be happy with the ending. Hell yeah, it's a Based King right here. But given that the anime began with a different memory of Eren's long dream, it wouldn't have the same impact for me. That is true. As a self-contained thing, like I do wonder how they're going to address it. And I can see why you would theorize based on that piece of evidence that there is differences in that one scene early on in the manga and the anime. And they just wrote themselves into a corner, but I am interested to see if they'll address it somehow. And I have many reasons to think something might change. I don't know about that. I think you have like 2 good reasons. I don't want to read all this, but interesting. I read this because I went to Reddit and I was like, oh, it's a very long theory. I wonder how well thought out it is. And it seems to talk about everything depending on Mikasa. I'm like, hell yeah, the ending does depend on Mikasa. I wonder what this person wrote. So it's interesting. It's a fun theory. I don't think any of this is going to happen whatsoever. I think they're going to adapt the manga completely. Maybe there'll be some single line like addressing the Falco thing. But I think this person completely misinterpreted everything to do with Mikasa and Ymir. But their interpretation is valid. It just doesn't agree with mine. But that's it. I wonder what the comments said. I bet no one read this. How long ago did this come out? Right back to the top. Oh my goodness. Oh no, I clicked the thing. Oh. 6 hours ago, so there's not going to be that many people who read this. Jesus, so long. Let's see. Damn, that is a universe. It's true. It's crazy, but so good. I don't know if this will ever happen, but the theory is good. I swear did they read this? I like this person. This person sounds like an interesting person. I've always found it fulfilling to get my thoughts sorted. Amen. I like this person. I am personally not belief. Holy crap! I can't admire yeah, I do actually. I very much appreciate how much effort went into this, especially citing all these like pieces of evidence and stuff. I didn't think we'd get it initially. This is a lot to take in. It would be interesting. Not gonna lie. Well, this would be interesting and definitely feel close. I would be surprised. I do think it's fine though that Mikasa in the anime the way she did in the manga, being unable to free herself with Eren in a way. Well, she had to kill him to stop the world. She loved him enough to keep her in her heart. Yeah, see, that's what happens here. Whatever. Fine, because I don't like Ocean in the manga at least at some point. Okay, whatever. Just want to see if there's anyone who disagrees with this. No. What do they make a compelling argument of? I don't know about that. No. Too long, didn't read. Stop coping and enjoy a good ending. Hell yeah. Alright. Well, that's it. cool write-up, cool evidence. They seem like a nice person. They put a lot of effort into this, and I completely, wholeheartedly disagree with it, and I don't find it compelling, but I'm glad it exists. So that's it.